For the Zen practitioners, to practice means to investigate on our mind. We cannot use our consciousness to make a distinction. We cannot use our calculation to do the practice. That's why our patriots gave us the Hoa To question for us to practice upon any of the thinking. The brainstorming cannot be used. That's why our patriots said the outsiders are smart, but they are not wise. When we study Buddhism, we should not guess the skillful means created by the patriots, because the patriot give out the skillful means based on the capacity of the person who asked them. It's not like a math question that we can use the calculation to prove this or that. For the công án, we cannot treat them like that. We have to move away from the subject of the knowledge. It's because we cannot transcend subject and object. That's why we cannot get enlightened. So the Hoa To question is a meaningless question. A question that cannot be answered, cannot be known. And then for the sentient being, originally they always carry the tendency to want to know. That tendency to want to know, when it get exposed to the things that they cannot know, it generates the doubts. The doubt means to investigate. That's why the patriot said the cause is doubt, the result is enlightenment. The greater the doubt is, the greater the enlightenment. But the doubt in Zen is different from the suspicions on the worldly matter. That suspicion cannot resolve the issue of birth and death. It can only resolve the worldly matter. But for our practice is to see the self-nature. It cannot be answered. It's because the question is meaningless. There's no that's why it cannot be answered. Only when we eradicate the duality, then we will be able to resolve the Hoa To, reach the Hoa To, eradicated ignorance, and transcend even out transcend the stage of doubt. So we always emphasize the practice, emphasize the investigation, the stage of doubt, of wanting to know. That's why our patriot said there's no secret formula for Zen. It just requires to be serious about birth and death. And the patriot suggests people to use one of the công án to investigate. Like Master Lai Quả said, if we are not serious about birth and death, we cannot practice Zen. Because of birth and death, that's why we come to the temple to practice. Because of that need, it pushes us forward to practice. So to the practitioner, we have to be very cautious and very careful, and not letting our consciousness trick us. If we got tricked by our consciousness, even if we study Buddhism, we might actually not really a Buddhist. That's so unfair, and we end up not really utilize the treasure of our Buddha and patriots. So we have to be very careful to chat, to meditate.